Have a good day. Semisolid preparations as a continuation, part 2. In part 1, we have discussed about semisolid preparations, its advantage, disadvantage, what are all the semisolid preparations available, and as an expansion, like classification, we have discussed in that detailed discussion of bases used in ointment preparation. As a continuation, the second type of base used in ointment preparation is listed here as absorption base. The term ointment base is used to denote the water absorbing or emulsifying property of the bases and not to describe their action on skin. So the bases ultimately sometimes we used to call as emulsifiable ointment base are generally substances which have property of absorbing considerably a quantity of water yet retain its ointment like consistency. So absorption bases are two types. One is oil in water type, another in water in oil type. So we used to call it as emulsion base. It's also called as emulsion base. So examples, linolene and cold cream, the formulations are by using these types of bases, and the bases may be used as emollient although they do not have a protectant nature of alkalins afforded by homogeneous bases. So the absorption bases are not easily removed, and the absorption bases useful as pharmaceutical adjuvants to incorporate small volume of aqueous solutions into hydrocarbons. It is accompanied by incorporating the aqueous solution into absorption base for incorporating the drugs which is compatible to make it compatible in hydrocarbon bases. So in that first type, hydrophilic petrolatum, a few examples and formulations have shown here. Commercial product also Aquafer. Second one is in absorption base next to petrolatum, Ulfat. It's also known as anhydrous lanolin, and it is purified anhydrous fat like substance obtained from the wool of sheep. It is practically insoluble in water but can absorb water up to 50% of its own weight. Therefore it is used in ointments where the proportion of water or aqueous liquid to be incorporated in the hydrocarbon base is too large. So due to its sticky nature, it is not used alone, but it is used along with other bases in the preparation of number of ointments. Example, simple ointment with reference to British pharmacopoeia. So third one is linolein. It's also called as hydrous wool fat. The same like that of characteristics and the use of each and every base is showed here with the basic dispute of the product or the excipient going to be used as base. The fourth one is wool alcohol. It is like a fraction of wool alcohol which is obtained from wool fat by treating it with alkali, and it is also used for its emulsifying agent property and absorb water in small range, and it will give a good stability and texture will be nice, and emollient property is preferable to use this in wool alcohol ointment or further ointment preparations. Next, beeswax. It is purified wax from honeybee comb. So it's used in a lot of ointment preparations as a base, and a few reference I have given here is paraffin ointment BPC. The next one is cholesterol. It is widely distributed in animal organs, and wool fat is also used as a source of cholesterol. It increases the water absorbing power. Advantages of this absorption base: they are less occlusive, nevertheless they are good emollient in property. They assist oil soluble medicaments to penetrate the skin. They are easier to spread. They are compatible with the majority of the medicament. They are relatively heat stable. The base may be used in the anhydrous form or in emulsified form. They can absorb a large quantity of water or aqueous substance. Disadvantage: In spite of their hydrophilic nature, the base are difficult to wash. The third type of base is, first we have seen about oleaginous base, another one is adsorption base, third one is water soluble or water washable, sorry, water removable, or water by using water washable bases. So oil in water creams can be washed with water, may be diluted with water or with aqueous solution, represent the majority of dermatological preparation, easily mix with body fluids, thus deliver drugs to wound, absorb discharges in dermatologic conditions. The oil phase, it typically made up of petrolatum or liquid petrolatum, which is also called as hydrophilic ointment. It's also used as stabilizers, and few examples has been mentioned for this type of base. And sterile alcohol and white petrolatum are melted together at 75 degrees. These are a few steps which I have shown here to have different ratios of excipients in the heading of bases, and it can be used for its special property. Advantages of water miscible bases: readily miscible with the exudes for lesions, reduced interference with normal skin function, good contact with the skin because of their surfactant content, high cosmetic acceptability, hence there is less likelihood of the patient discontinuing treatment, easy removal from the hair. And the last one, water soluble bases. It is no kind of oleaginous characteristics were listed here. They are completely water washable and often referred to as greaseless. There is no oily consistency will not be there in this type of bases. Softened greatly and used for incorporation of solid substance, maximum miscible ingredients along with water and PEG polymers are in the name of commercially macrogels are used here. So these are all few examples of the base, water soluble base, and the different polymer ratios has been shown for our reference. Advantages of using PEG as an ointment basis: there are water soluble, hence very easily can be removed from the skin and readily mixable with tissue exudes, helps in good absorption, good solvent property, non-greasy, and they do not hydrolyze, rancidify, or support microbial contamination is not possible when are using this. Compatible with many dermatological active pharma ingredient. So disadvantages: limited uptake of water. Macrogels dissolve when the proportion of water reaches about 5%. Very minimum of water is advisable. Solvent action on polyethylene and backlight containers and closures are the disadvantage. Certain other substances which are used as water soluble ointment bases include tragacanth, gelatin, pectin, silica gel, sodium alginate, cellular derivatives are very few examples which have more disadvantage in less percentage of water itself. It loses its consistency. So equal to advantage, disadvantages also there. And further discussion about the ointment ideal properties and other advantage disadvantage preparations we may discuss in next video, part 3. Thank you. Thank you all.